In the city of Suramar, in Draenor, there lived a night elf who was born with great magic potential. His name was Illidan. He grew up with his twin brother Malfurion and a friend, Tyrande Whisperwind. Illidan practiced highborn magic. He wanted to master the druidic magic, just like his brother. But little he knew that his fate was something else. Unlike Malfurion, he was born with amber eyes. At that time, it was considered as a sign of great destiny. However, this actually indicated inherent druidic potentials, which resulted in him becoming the personal caster of the military leader Kuraltos Ravencrest, who was the supreme commander of Kaldorei resistance. It was all peace until one day a demon lord named Archimon invaded Azeroth. They were able to reach Azeroth through the Well of Eternity, a place filled with fell energies. Illidan's brother Malfurion came to understand that the Burning Legion was too strong to fight, and so, in order to end the invasion, he plotted the destruction of the Well of Eternity. Illidan did not like the idea. The well was the source of his magic and likely of the elves' immortality, and its loss was a price far too dear for him to pay. After the death of Latosius, the former leader of Moonguard, Illidan took his place. He used this position in not very appealing ways. Illidan had strong feelings for Tyrande, but she chose Malfurion almost from the beginning. A demon named Xavius knew of this and used his powers to darken Illidan's thoughts, convincing him that if Malfurion were to die, Illidan would no longer have a rival for Tyrande's love. And finally, the sight of Tyrande in the arms of his brother shattered his final ties to the defenders. Somewhere in this point, Illidan defeated a Doomguard commander named Azenoth and took up his weapons, which were then called Warglaives of Azenoth. Illidan then journeyed to Zin Ashari. There, he feigned allegiance to Azshara and Manoroth. Illidan's plan was to obtain the Demon Soul, an artifact of great power created by Deathwing, also known as Neltharion the Earth Warder, which had the ability to close the portal, which was allowing the demons to enter Kalimdor. However, to put this plan in action, Illidan had to gain more power. Illidan eventually visited Sargeras. The Titan discovered the Night Elf's plan to obtain the Demon Soul for the Legion. Sargeras was pleased with this plan and gave Illidan a gift in return for his allegiance. Illidan's eyes were burnt out by Sargeras himself, even though he was beyond the portal. In his eyes, orbs of mystic fire got set up. These orbs allowed Illidan to see all forms of magic. His body also got covered with fell symbols. When Illidan's eyes were burnt out, he also received a vision of true strength of the Legion and their crusade across infinite universes, and he realized that defeating them on Azeroth would mean nothing because they will keep coming back. He resolved then to find a way to defeat them for good. Soon, Illidan fought alongside Malfurion. The brothers worked together to close the portal with the demon soul's power. The destruction of the portal caused the Well of Eternity to go unstable, and right before the defenders fled to Zin Ashari, Illidan took several vials and filled them with water from the Well of Eternity. The earthquake that resulted from the well's instability split the main supercontinent into various smaller continents in Kalimdor. After the earthquake, Illidan went to the peak of Mount Hyjal. He found a small tranquil lake over there. He poured 3 vials into the lake. The chaotic energy quickly manifested, tainting and twisting it into a new well of eternity. Illidan's joy was short-lived. However, when Malfurion, Tyrande, and others found this out, all were horrified at what he had done. Unable to accept that his brother had committed such treachery, Malfurion once again tried to explain Illidan the folly of his ways. The magic, he insisted, was chaotic by nature, and it could only bring destruction as long as it existed. Illidan refused to listen, so enraptured by the magic's power that Illidan seemed to him as an unknowing fool. Illidan claimed that strong magic would be needed if the Burning Legion will ever return. The lack of remorse shook Malfurion to his core, and he raged at his brother, understanding now that Illidan was lost forever to magic's sway. He ordered him imprisoned deep below Hyjal in a jail kept far from sight and mind. When the Legion invaded Azeroth once more during the Third War, Tyrande freed Illidan from his prison in order to have him battle the demons once more. After the Legion's defeat, at the end of the war, Illidan decided to feign allegiance to the demon lord Kil'jaeden by agreeing to destroy Kil'jaeden's treacherous creation, the Lich King, as a way to learn more about his true foe, the Burning Legion. Even though he amassed an army of servants in the form of Nagas led by Lady Vash, his efforts were stopped by the Night Elves led by his brother, and he was forced to flee to the shattered realm of Outlands. There he and his Nagas gathered new allies in the form of Blood Elves led by Kael'thas Sunstrider and Broken Draenei led by Akama. And with their aid, he overthrew Outland's tyrannical ruler, Magtheridon, to claim the Broken Realm for his own. Illidan later traveled with his allies to the Lich King's mission and attacked the Lich King, but he lost the fight and was nearly killed by the Lich King's champion, the Death Knight, Arthas Menethil. Illidan returned to Outland and dropped all pretense of serving Kil'jaeden and mustered his army, the Illidari, also called the Demon Hunters, to begin his true war against the Burning Legion. He trained an army of elven demon hunters in his own image and began preparing to destroy the Legion world of Argus. But his extreme methods and single-minded focus on his goal led to the isolation of him and his allies, Kael'thas and Akama. Through the manipulations of Kil'jaeden, the Alliance and the Horde invaded Outland and began dismantling Illidan's forces, in the belief that he was no better than the demons he claimed to fight. Despite succeeding in destroying the demon stronghold of Natzera, the betrayer was cornered and struck down within his own sanctum by Akama. Azeroth's warriors and his former jailer, Maiev Shadowsong. Maiev brought Illidan's corpse to the vault of the Wardens, so that his spirit could suffer the rest of his eternal sentence. There it remained for years until the Legion invaded once more. A struggle for Illidan's soul ensued between the Legion, led by Gul'dan, the forces of Azeroth, and the remaining demon hunters, culminating in Illidan's resurrection on the top of Nighthold, where Illidan kills Gul'dan and absorbs his skull, becoming a complete demon. Illidan joins forces with Azeroth's defenders and battles the Legion. During a battle with Demon Lord Kil'jaeden in the Twisting Nether, Illidan uses an artifact called Sargerite Keystone, which was retrieved by Illidari demon hunters during the war in Outland, to open a rift that brought the worlds of Azeroth and Argus together. Illidan worked together with Azeroth's champions and the Army of Light as they traveled to Argus to battle the Legion. The leader of the Army of the Light, the Prime Naru Zera, believed that Illidan was the chosen one, a hero of the light, prophesied to end the age of demons. Illidan rejected the idea of having his destiny forged for him and killed Zera when the Naru tried to forcibly infuse him with the light. Others did not like what Illidan did, and so Illidan convinced them that there is nothing called the chosen and everyone's destiny is their own. He had sacrificed everything for power before, and it did not turn out well. The Army of the Light and their allies eventually assaulted Sargera's seat of power and Taurus and freed the captive spirit of the Titan Pantheon, who finally chose to aid the defenders and imprison Sargeras at the seat of the Pantheon for his transgressions. While the rest of the heroes returned home to their world, Illidan chose to remain behind, becoming Sargera's jailer forever. That's all we know about Illidan till now. Everyone is hoping he would show up in Shadowlands, and when that happens, we will make sure to update it in a future video. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe for more and press the like button. It always helps. Peace.